Namaste and welcome to this exciting new episode of Satyology Debunking Mythology. Sat means truth, Logos means a study or science, Satyology means a science of truth or study of truth. On the other hand, mythology means a science of fake lie imagination or study of fake lie imagination. It is a problem in the Western academic circles that whatever they could not understand about the historical greatness of every other part of the world, they called it mythology. And I hate the word shamanism. Shamanism means they're lower, monotheism is higher. This is not the quality of a civilized academic discourse. Okay? So I do not accept monotheism as a bona fide form because it is just imposed, whereas monotheism exists everywhere in the Vedic culture also. But Vedic culture talks about cooperation and the world works in cooperation. I have a very, very prominent guest. You know him very well. He has come on our show so many times that he's part of the show now, and he's a vice chancellor of Atal Bihari Vajpayee University in Bilaspur. I had a good fortune of visiting him in person and his team. Very impressive audience, and I did speak over there. So, without delay, let us welcome Professor ADN Vajpayee.
Thank you, Aditya ji. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, it's a beautiful town, Bilaspur is, and I was impressed with the small town and the
Thank
development
you,
that's happened.
thank you very much.
So, our topic is today Swadhyay, and those of you who do not understand, Swadhyay means self effort or self study or study of one own self. Am I right, Dr. Professor? Dr. Bajpayee?
Yes, that is a right exact explanation you made it, Shraddha. Yeah.
The we need, so sometimes we also call it in the word called introspection. Do you think introspection connects to Swadhyay?
Introspection can be done without Swadhyaya. For that, you don't require to go for a Swadhyaya. You can do it. And introspection, you see, may even stop at the psychological level also. Swadhyaya is much a bigger term than the introspection.
So how does Swadhyay differ from introspection for the audience that we have?
Introspection means you are just sitting idle and just thinking about it. You are making a SWOT analysis. What are your strengths? What are weaknesses? What are opportunities? What are threats and challenges? Isn't it? Uh, you may follow any strategy, or you may not follow any strategy as such. We can go for introspection. Actually, introspection is just an opposite word to competition. Entire word is talking about the competition. We should just throw ourselves in competition without introspecting your capabilities. Introspection may relate to your capabilities, your education, whatever is good or whatever bad is there. It is not related to exploring something latent, potent within from you. So Adhyay, begins when introspection, comes to an end. This is how I can correlate both the words.
No, very well put the description, differentiation. So when we say people are doing Swadhyay, that means they are making a basis for it, like making a like any Vedic scripture, or they are getting into the nitty gritties of the Vedic information. Is that like that?
No, actually, Swadhyay is not merely studying the books, as people say that I am studying the books. See, here in Taittiriya Upanishad, if I am not wrong, when it is said that Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Swadhyaya na Pramitavatavam, means you should treat your father, mother, teacher as a god. And then comes, you should not become lazy so far as making Swadhyaya. There should not be any deviation, distraction from Swadhyaya. So Swadhyaya has been one of the main preachings of our gurus when entire education is over. So Swadhyaya means study of the self, as you yourself has said. And if books like you see our Vedic scriptures or other scriptures are helping you to study yourself, then that is Swadhyaya. If that is not helping you to study yourself, then that will not be part of Swadhyaya. I keep on telling my students, suppose I am teaching economics. I am teaching economics. I am reading and studying Wealth of Nations, written by Adam Smith, or for that sake, books by David Ricardo, or for that any other book. That is not Swadhyaya, because I am reading, teaching, getting out of it, and there is no personality development from the inner self as such. So Swadhyaya is something entirely different. The ultimate objective which you have made, that is study of the self, a study of the self, and the books which are helping individual in studying, exploring, getting into the nitty-gritties of the soul essence. Swa means self, self means soul. Soul, study of the soul through which by any means, that is Swadhyaya. Yoga can also be Swadhyaya. Yoga may also be Swadhyaya, and Patanjali Sutra can also be Swadhyaya. That's the beauty, isn't it? You see, studying the books related to biodiversity through Vedas, that will also be Swadhyaya, and going, putting water into a tree or rearing of a cow, that too will be a Swadhyaya, because that is helping discovering our soul as such. You see, getting entire illusions, Maya, away from the soul, and the real worth of soul coming out, that is Swadhyaya.
No, very well put it. People generally do lokadhyaya, then do swadhyaya. They study everyone else but themselves. They comment on others, and lokadhyaya, just I came up with the term. So I'm just saying people study others more than themselves, and the concept of swadhyaya is not there in the Western world at all. If you look at the word is only introspection, and introspection is mostly done on the actions, but they do not do swadhyaya to the level that you're describing, to studying their own self, because that knowledge is not there. And it comes from the papal bull. One of the papal bulls said that that the soul evolves at a certain time, and there's no recognition of a soul. Do you think that is a rightful conception in terms of?
Not at all. Not at all. Not they cannot understand properly because they're not trained like that, and we shouldn't expect also from them. That's another thing. Because without soul, there is no existence of body. There is no existence of nature. There is no existence of any species. Here, when we say that Khalu Midam Brahma, or God is all pervading, that element of soul is available in all 84 lakh species of the world. So how can you say that soul doesn't evolve, soul doesn't take birth, soul never dies? You are an expert of Srimad Gita. Gita always anajayate mritu va kadachit nahanate hanmane sharire. Everything is mentioned. The only immortal element exists on earth or entire in planet, that is soul. And that soul is existing in all human beings as a human, I say animate and inanimate word as a entire nature, that soul exists. What is Swadhyaya? Swadhyaya is to understand, number one, that there is an existence of soul. Number two, what are the properties of the soul? That is another the objective of Swadhyaya. And then how soul can be liberated from all illusions of Maya. The ultimate objective of moksha, that too comes through Swadhyaya. So the three main objectives of Swadhyaya is there. One, soul exists. Secondly, there are so many properties of soul. And third, how can soul be liberated? Liberation does not mean after death. let's say living as a human being, soul should be liberated. Then we call it Jivana Mukta. Liberated soul is there. Yes, Aditya.
The word used, two words are used, and one is hyphenated word. One is called confidence, you know, and the second is called self-confidence. Now, obviously, the self-confidence is coming from Swadhyaya. So the all the management classes which are running on building self-confidence who don't do Swadhyaya is pretty much very superficial then.
Self confidence is nothing. Self confidence totally artificial. You see, the Swadhyay doesn't believe any exogenous input infused in your personality to get confidence. There is no issue of lack of confidence or developing self confidence. The person who goes to Swadhyay becomes, you see, totally integrated, totally confident on its own. He doesn't require, see, some inputs of training, some inputs of market, some inputs of communication skills, some you see competitive skills, some entrepreneurial skill, how to win over. I am I am the only person more intelligent. These are the parameters developing self confidence in today's you see marketing paradigm. That is not the case. We are not here. We are not here to win over anything. We are not here to capture any market. We are doing Swadhyay so that we can live peacefully in this world and let other people also live peacefully. There should not be any clash, any malice, any jealousness between the persons, and man and nature also can live together. An ultimate objective is to make the entire society sustainable. Society means whole world, whole planet, sustainable. And that sustainability comes only through Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya helps you understand the scriptures also properly. As you have written so many books, without Swadhyaya it was not possible. Swadhyaya means studying, meditating, meditating, getting those you see things written between the lines, between the shlokas, and then also seeing in our on our body itself whether it is applicable or not. That is nididhyasan, adhyana manan and nididhyasan. All three things are related together. They're all parts of Usi Swadhyaya.
One thing which has given me biggest strength and which I never leave any single day is Nam Japa. Like
Hmm.
I always engage in that, and personally I follow that personally very strictly, and which also keeps you grounded. Always people say head over the shoulders, and head over the shoulders actually means that you are grounded and you are listening, not just hearing others, listening, and that also helps in a big way. One of the questions I have is the when we talk about the uh, let's coming to the real world, because at the end of the day we have to find applications in our real life so that we can inspire others and become a good role model. So how does Swadhyaya help in becoming a good role model for others? See, one thing is you give a speech, and which I feel is also an important element for people who are in education. Like I'm in education, you are stalwart of education, and so you are. So we are in the same field, academic area, but at the same time, there is a rest of the world who is looking for answers. China, US, and if you could say UK, we are living in a very competitive world. I did not take the word India's name particularly because India is still coming into the competitive world, is still not there, but rest of the countries are very much competitive in a way that business dealings are there. So how do you think an Indian or an American, they can build a skill set through Swadhyaya so that they can take on the challenges of the current world today?
Actually, there are two domains altogether. See, uh, different domains we are talking about. If you talk about China or America or the UK or many other Western countries, they have developed themselves not only through Swadhyay, but I think if there is any reciprocal of Swadhyay, that was their instrument to develop themselves. Let me confess it. Had there been a Swadhyay by the political leaders of America, especially I am talking UK, UK could have never gone to build colonies outside. 80 countries could have saved from becoming colonies of UK, being exploited, being slave of UK and its allies, had they been the Swadhyais. Yes, Swadhyay does not believe in individual development. Swadhyay helps you how to relate yourself with the world as such. World means the whole Srishti as such. The world would have been a better living world, better living society. There could have not been any competition amongst these countries. Aditya developed the concept of ISO nationalism. ISO means equal. All countries should treat all the countries, other countries as equal to each other. That concept of equality comes only when one goes for Swadhyay. There could have not been so many killings, whether killings by capitalists or killings by communists. We all know that about 14 crore people were killed by Stalin as he realized to establish Soviet Union. And similar, the capitalists also killed so many person. Inhuman, the activities were there just to establish capitalism. And in today's world also, when any capitalist exploits the labor, that is not good to establish their own empire. Or for that sake, if a state as a whole in a communist countries that monopolize all powers and exploits its subject, its pupil, that too is not good. So my answer to your question is Swadhyay does not believe in individual development or creating individual empire. Certainly not any point to exploit, to dominate, to make others slaves. Swadhyay means I am good, I am healthy, you should also be good, healthy. Let's talk honestly beautiful things, make the world better living, more sustainable, and more equitable. That is the ultimate objective. So I think this is right times, Aditya ji, that the leaders of America, China, and UK should go for Swadhyay. And Swadhyay, they can take Swadhyay bits from Bible, but I think if they are diverted towards our Vedic scriptures, they are reading, they are coming the beauty of Swadhyay, they are developing themselves, and some have already developed. Gorbachev. Gorbachev was Swadhyay. I'll give you one example. When Gorbachev was asked that you are going on Gandhian way because you have just opened the notes and the perestroika. He said, I have never heard Gandhi. I don't know Gandhi, but I am a regular reader of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, because he was reading regularly, he was a swadhyay of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. That's why he went for this last note at the perestroika. This is how swadhyay helps. I give one only example of one big leader of the world. Yes, Aditya.
Dr. Bajpayee, if you have any quote of Dr. Gorbachev on Gita, please share with me if you have anything with you.
No, that I don't have.
Okay.
Einstein also was a regular reader of Gita, and many other leaders of the world.
No, I would definitely recommend the President of United States, Biden, to read Gita regularly, or anyone who becomes the president. And this is my request also. If any of the students who are watching would like to communicate that to Biden, please do that. I'll gift him my translation of Gita or the Hindu Bible any day. The second part is and I'll come to the current affairs because many people are interested in that more than anything else. The If you look at the today's America's leadership and state-wise, or first of all, I would like to congratulate everybody who is celebrating Hindu Heritage Month. More than 6 states have declared Hindu Heritage Month this month, and Biden itself is coming forward to declare it as a Hindu Heritage Month this month in the United States. So, the as we are celebrating Hindu Heritage Month right now, uh, the the essential concept of Hindutva or Hinduness or Hinduism is, I hate the word Hinduism by the way, but Sanatan Dharma, whatever you call it, the this word, when you call it Hinduness, so the essential quality of Hinduness is Swadhyaya, which is Manan, Chintan, and also deliberating. And one of the most powerful books which Sanatan Dharma has given gifted to the world free. They didn't charge for it. If they were to charge for it, then yoga industry in the US will be stopped today. It's almost $65 billion yoga industry in the US. So the essential qualities of Hinduness and Swadhyaya is very much needed by everyone today for current affairs also. Like for example, being a good politician, being a good scientist, being a good medical doctor, being a good engineer, or any other profession you have. The Hinduness quality of Swadhyaya, I'm connecting Swadhyaya to Hinduness here. Do you think is it becoming more relevant today? Because if you look at Bible and any of the Abrahamic literatures, they have only created bloodshed and violence all the throughout the history. And my last book, Gold, Glory, and God, talks about it in every single page of it. What has happened to natives in Siberia, to Africa, to Russia, to Europe, and to India also, and to Southeast Asia. The whole story is a very, very sad story. Very sad story. Millions of people have died because somebody thought their faith is better than others. So, what do you have to say on that? How can Hinduness and Swadhyaya be linked and bring peace to these people?
Aditya, it's a very relevant question. You see, we have passed through this COVID-19 pandemic. For the last 2 years, we are suffering. You see, we have lost so many of his friends. People who were saved are also suffering from so many psychological depression and so many ailments. Economy also shuttered down. Our entrepreneurs, our industries, our companies also suffered a lot. All economic agents, maybe the labor or capitalists or the shopkeepers, they also suffered a lot. Means they were going under this psychological trauma as such. But they were thinking that world is just gone for me. Nothing is left for me. And in such a situation, people from India were talking to each other, were happy, were sharing the things with each other. Wherever they found space, they traveled also. 86 crore of population of India was fed free by the Indian states. We provided medicines also to them. These all things come from Hindu way of Swadhyaya, because there is no other way to get rid of this psychological trauma, to get the mental peace, and also inner zeal to go forward, to come forward, to re-establish the things. The re-establishment of economy was not a joke. Indians came forward. Indians are re-establishing see everything, and today you will find you have seen in Bilaspur everywhere, everything was normal. So it is due to Hindu way of Swadhyay. They you see penetrated over these issues in a subtle manner. They thought things gone, gone. Now we'll have to come forward. So the world, especially the Western world, which is just moving after money, after you see mundane pleasures, after you see this global prosperity, like the visible prosperity, this Bangalore, this car, this everything. If we are moving towards that only, that will not give you peace. And if you're not getting peace, you're not getting tranquility. You cannot, you see, totally optimally use your efficiency asset. I'm using the word from economics only. The ultimate development comes to the optimum utilization of your efficiency. Optimum utilization of efficiency, your capabilities, your power, your creativity, your originality, your ideas, even for you see getting patents or writing books to get copyright, that comes only through Swadhyay. Swadhyay means the ultimate method of Swadhyay comes through meditation. If you are meditating and simply just is concentrating upon yourself, if your soul comes forward, you are just seeing the soul within. You are seeing the soul is all pervading. That gives you so many things to help understand the world, under the society, understand the subjects in a proper manner. And you can be a better human being. You can better society. You can be better world as such. This is what should be, I think, recommended, rather prescribed, especially the political leaders of this Western developed world, because their responsibility is not to develop more and more. Is their responsibility is to see that entire globe is developed. You see, we are having so many population, about 70% of population, global population, is not having sufficient income to feed, clothe themselves. So their responsibility is to feed the 70% population living in the developing and in the underdeveloped world. And that idea can come only through Hindu way of Swadhyaya. If these leaders are doing Swadhyaya, you see, I'll give you one more example. We are talking corporate social responsibility today. What is this? We talked about Dana. What is a Dana? If people are going to donate something without expecting anything given publication in the newspaper that this person had donated this much, that also comes from the Hindu way of Swadhyay only. So to me, this is more important, more pertinent, more relevant in today's world rather than earlier when everybody was pious and righteous. Okay, Aditya.
Thank you so much for this answer. And when you talk about Swadhyaya, most of the Americans, Indians, anyone who is watching the show will say it's very idealistic, and it's
No,
not.
it's not idealistic. It's not all idealistic. It's realistic. The entire spirituality, especially in India, India has never been. It is ideal in the sense that one goal is there, and to obtain that goal in real world, we'll have to see, pursue that thing, isn't it? Srimad Bhagavad Gita. You see, it's a real words. You see, scripture. It's not ideal word. Vedas are real words, is scriptures, but you'll have to understand them. If you yourself as a man or woman, boy or girl, is a real in or in a reality, then Swadhyaya is also a reality. This how can just correlate.
Most of the people will say it in today's coronavirus times. We are living in a very different world, and the US is
Yeah.
suffering as much as India. People will say that very unrealistic talk, very idealistic talk, and how does it help in my business? And by the way, the entire Western world lives on money, artha sanchayan, and the economics is the main thing. So dharma is the last, is artha and kama only. So there is a dharma missing, and moksha is out of the question. So the in only two purusharths are working, the earth and calm. So as long as their calm is finished, calm is done, they're happy. They can pay the rents at the month of the day, at the end of the month, and they can pay their bills, and it's over. So how does Swadhyay will help them to actually achieve earth and calm even more stabilized, and also lead to moksha also. No, the it's a thing which is we have to talk about it, because most of the people will reject this talk, which will say, "Oh, okay, you are guys, you are," because they'll say, generally saying, "You are all happily situated and they're giving us gyan, and might as well keep it to yourself. Let me do my job right now." you know so and you and I know importance, and you know better than me, much more better than me, that how Swadhyay helps you attain artha and calm and the moksha in a much more powerful way, in a much more integrated way.
Aditya, you know everything. You want me to explain this thing? I know that you know everything. You know all answers. You are putting me to see difficult situation. You see, the Swadhyay, only Swadhyay, I have tried to connect all these things. Had I not been Swadhyay, Swadhyay means reading the material, going down, taking it down, reaching at the state of trance, then understanding that you see material properly. And if that is convincing to me, convincing to others also, it's logical, that is good. So for this dharma, artha, kama, moksha, I don't know whether I explained that situation in one of your shows. You see, dharma, artha, kama. I know there are so many professors also connected with this show. We have some matrix form in mathematics. We are having a rows, we are having columns. On dharma, artha, kama, and moksha on the rows, and dharma, artha, kama, and moksha on the columns. So from dharma is there. In dharma, artha is there, kama is there, and from dharma, moksha is also to be obtained. It is not that we should stick to dharma, and everything. We want liberation from dharma also. In artha also, dharma, kama, and moksha. In kama also, artha, dharma, and moksha. In moksha also, to obtain liberation, there is a utility of artha, dhan. Artha means money, dharma, also religion and spirituality, and calm means desires. Calm is desires. So there should be complete integration of all these four in all these four things. Then only complete integration is possible. If you are taking that earth and calm, so earth means entire materialistic world, and we all know that material, the basic property of matter, it is finiteness. Finite, it is a limited one. Any matter you take on this earth, including this body as a matter, material body, it has got a limited space from birth and death as such. From this finite, infiniteness can be discovered only Swadhyay, because from from Swadhyay we are connecting to that particular element which is immortal, that is soul. Similarly, calm is desires. Desires too have got limitedness. Desires are not unlimited. You see, desires are circumscribed to the culture, to the individual family, to the income conditions. And from desires also, if we want to finish with the desires, then also Swadhyay is essential. From Swadhyay, we can make the limitedness to the limited, see, the artha, and limits to our desires to ultimately get through the moksha. Dharma is an instrument. Dharma is an instrument. Dharma means ethical code. Dharma means what is to be done, what is not to be done. Dharma means what is useful, what is not useful. Dharma means what is relevant, what is not relevant. The time, space, and matter, the relativity of time, space, matter comes through dharma only. So, artha means dhanoparjan or kamecha. If it is made relevant from all ethical codes, through dharma to make space, time, and matter that will ultimately transcend yourself through swadhyaya and get the liberation. What is there is no conflict as such. You should try to grab, you should try to earn as much money as much possible. You can, but how much would you like to consume? To the limits to your hunger, to limits to your body. You cannot consume much more. So if you are earning, but at the same time with the purpose of dharma, you want to share those richness with those who are not, who are incapacitated to earn more. You are dharmic. You are earning as well as sharing. You are earning as well as distributing. So your own purpose as well as purpose of society are being served together. And these type of feelings come only when Hindu way of Swadhyay is perceived by the individual. Otherwise, it is very difficult. That's why I am also recommending a Swadhyay for everybody, especially persons who are uh, in this materialistic world, also deeper down in the materialistic world. For them, Swadhyay is more important than you see. Swadhyay gives you really basic purpose of life. Without Swadhyay, you don't know. You came from all states to Bilaspur. You were just sitting in an aeroplane. If you don't know that you want to see land at say Raipur and come to Bilaspur, what type of journey you are committing? Similar is the journey of the life. This Swadhyay gives complete purpose of journey of life, which is much is the bigger purpose of Swadhyay. And these are very baser, very limited mean objectives of earning money or see, establishing industry like that. Yes, Ajit.
You put it very strongly, and for people who are in the business and the people who are studying law, this swadhyay is applicable to all of us, because when we are talking about building a human planet, then we have to first become human first.
Yes,
uh, you know
yes,
we, we,
yes.
we have to develop that heart, like you mentioned the word CSR, and I'm a big proponent of CSR, because CSR is like giving back to the society, from which all businesses extract from the society, because they, to survive, all businesses have to do that. But the biggest thing which we can give back to the society is a culture of making others self-sufficient. Like the India has been a country of traders. In the whole India is a country of business from time immemorial. There's no concept of job before. The concept was all about business and trading. And Swadhyay can help us revive that tradition in a big way from India, as well as US also. US is a European settlers came here for business, nothing else. And now, with the increased competition, now most of the businesses are struggling within the states also, other than the big businesses. So the concept of Swadhyay applicable to all the businesses, all the professions, as well as to people who are serving in the armed forces also. So
Yes,
coming to the armed forces, and I'll make it current actually for India as well as US. Both US and India are facing an armed, uh, you can call it a potential conflict with the same countries, which are problematic to. So both US and India have common enemies right now in terms of international politics. I personally believe there are no enemies and friends. It's all circumstances. Personally, I believe that. But but we are facing a conflict. So do you think the Swadhyay can help the armed forces also? And since I'm Indian American, hyphenated American, so I'm going to talk about both the countries. So don't shoot me. But so please tell me, what do you think on that?
Aditya, as I told you that Swadhyay is universal. Everybody should go for see Swadhyay. Any individual who is having certain objectives in the mind, say Indian soldiers, Indian you see, defense officers, if they are going for you see, Swadhyay, they will come to know those strategies through which he can defeat the enemy more you see vigorously. than anybody else. And if we American, you see, officers are also going for Swadhyay, they will come to know who are their, see, real enemies. They may be business partners, but they are the real enemies. They maybe, you see, nearby friends, but in future they can be, see, enemies. And similar is the case with Indian also. They can come to know through Swadhyay that who are the neighbors hereby. There may be some, you see, small fractions of clashes hither and thither, but they were friends in the past. They will be friends in the future. So today's, you see, things can be resolved in a proper manner. They can come to know who are the real enemies, who are the artificial enemies. These things can be understood properly by Swadhyay only. And in case of diplomacy, this Swadhyay can help in a much, you see, deeper manner, much, you see, better manner than, you see, anything else. So, as I told you that Swadhyay is very much essential, and they are doing Swadhyayas. You took the name of Ajit Dobhal. There, we cannot find, you see, better person of Swadhyay as Ajit Dobhal is. He reads, you see, Kautilya, he reads Mahabharata, he reads so many, you see, scriptures also. He's an expert on that. Now, from that only, he gets the clues to be implemented in a real world, whether to solve the problems of India, which is Pakistan, or vis-a-vis any other country as such. I'll tell you, had these Talibani leaders be Swadhyay, for that sake, had, you see, American troops been, you see, Swadhyay, for that sake, had that American president who sent the troops in Afghanistan been Swadhyay long back. I don't know the name of that president. I think things could have not gone so worst as we are witnessing today. And today world also, there is Talibani leaders become Swadhyay. Swadhyay means if you are reading Quran, read Quran in its real sense. Read Quran which is applicable to you, which is not applicable to other words, which is applicable to you on your body, on your mind, on your soul. In Urdu we call Ruhani tarike se. If you are reading Quran in a Ruhani manners, I think these type of tortures could have never existed on this earth planet. This is what I can say, sir.
Well, the American president who started the war in Afghanistan definitely did not do Swadhyaya because he he was, anyway, that's a different topic. And the you also mentioned about other cultures also can follow Swadhyaya, principle of Swadhyaya,
Yes,
and they can also do that. And one of the essential aspects is live and let live. You live your own life and allow others to live their own life. Don't
yes,
impose yourself on others, which I
yes.
always say people that don't, if you point one fingers at somebody, three fingers point at you and one to God. So my principle in entire 30 years of talking about Bhagavad Gita on the streets of the United States is that do not judge anyone else, because everyone is living their own life, their own karma. They are living their own karma, prarabdha, sanchita, and they're going to go agami, and they're creating also new karma. So how is the principle of karma important in Swadhyaya?
Karma, uh, Swadhyay is also karma. Karma is also Swadhyay, and Swadhyay is also karma. If we are doing karma with a purpose to get some fruits, that will become, you see, materialistic karma or worldly karma, as your Americans, UK, and all, you see, developed world is doing. This capitalist world is doing karma to get more richness, get more profit, exploit the others, make the countries slave, keep the countries fighting with each other, so that their trade of arms and ammunition, you see, increase exponentially like that. That is not karma. If Nishkam karma is there, as Srimad Bhagavad Gita herself speaks about Nishkam karma, that becomes a Swadhyay automatically. This is how Swadhyay and Nishkam karma go together. As we breathe, that becomes a Swadhyay. And similarly, if we are doing service to humanity without having any self involved, that too becomes Swadhyay, as I told you earlier. Simply reading books is not Swadhyay. For that, I would like to mention, if suppose a person is illiterate who doesn't know how to read, can't he be Swadhyay? He can be Swadhyay sitting, meditating on himself. Number one. Number two, selflessly doing karma for the society. In both ways, he will obtain the same objective of liberation. Swadhyay is both. Swadhyay may be studying your own soul, and studying the other soul also can be a Swadhyay. Other soul means just eliminating those elements of power, elements of richness, elements of post, simply treating the other person as simple soul, and you are connecting yourself with the soul of others, that will become a complete Swadhyay or Swadhyay as a macro perspective. And this is how you can make the world a better world. Aditya, you said that our concept is to live and let others live. And our with moving towards deeper in the Swadhyaya, you'll understand to live for others. To live for others is the ultimate fruit of Swadhyaya. It is not merely live and let others live. We should learn how can we live for others. If you are living for others, that will be much superior human world we can create. Aditya.
Great point you mentioned. But live and let others live. I mentioned about all the other people who are living in America and other people. So let others live, including
The
cows.
thing should begin from that stage only.
Yeah, for example, cows are also American citizens. I wish they were given passports and citizenship certificates so that no slaughter of cows happen in USA. And but anyway, this is just about the cows, but humans are even more important, and we have to economically live in such a way that everybody else can survive. Because if the wealth is a finite matter, if you take too much, then the others will become poorer day by day. And I'm not socialist by any way. I'm a capitalist, I'm a business owner, and I believe in profits. But the point is that we should take as much yat kinchit jagatyam jagat tena tektena bundita magda kasasuddhanam, means we should take what is necessary for us but leave it for the society. Like you said very well, you said that we should live for others, and that is the essential concept of Swadhyaya, which you said, in giving we receive, dadati and then pratigranati. So first
Yeah.
you give, then you accept. uh, Thank you so much, Dr. Bajpayee. It's always a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you so much.
You're a source of infinite wisdom and a academic par excellence, which one of the best
Thank
qualities
you.
you have.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you very much. Bye bye.